Hi and welcome back to another video of our lunch club recipes. Today we're going to be making veggie pie. This is in partnership with the National Lottery Community Fund and Morfa, Fel and St Paul's Family Centre. We're going to start by putting some butter in a pan or oil, whichever you prefer, and letting it heat up, ready to put our veggies in. For this pie I'm using onions, mixed veg and potatoes. I'm also going to chuck a big chunk of garlic into it, and I'm going to let those soften and cook down. I've also got some stock cubes melting in some hot water. And I've just prepared the pastry by cutting off the edges of the foil tray. Obviously, as you can see, this is not a pretty recipe, but it tastes really nice. You're going to blind bake it for about 10 minutes. And as you see, I didn't put any vent holes in it, so they're all puffed up. Just make sure you keep on stirring your veg. I know I don't want to hide when I make mistakes from you, so I put the veg in a bigger pot because the smaller pot was just not cooking the veg fast enough. So make sure that the veg are cooked all the way through, and make sure if you have the mixed veg to look for any little bits like that, because I hate when you find something like that in a pie. Now we're just going to make sure that veg are checked, and then we're going to start adding our other ingredients like our milk and our stock water. Now another mistake I made here is I didn't put any mixed herbs in, but if you want to add that to yours, please do. I'm also putting our flour in to thicken the sauce, and we're just going to let that come to a simmer and thicken by itself. Now as you can see, it's starting to thicken, and you can see the sauce is coating those veg nicely, and we're just going to pour this sauce into the pies. Again, this is meant to be a tasty recipe, not a pretty recipe. We're going to add our pastry sheet on top now to make the lid, and I was doing this on one of the hottest days of the year that we had at this point, so the pastry, even though this had just come out of the fridge, was just almost like melting straight away. So you want to trim off the excess and make some steam holes. This is the important bit where you do have to vent it. I wanted to be a little fancy and put little leaves on it, but you don't have to. I don't egg wash it or milk wash it, especially when I'm doing it in the centre, just because it helps me when it comes to people with allergies. So it's not something I tend to do, but you're more than welcome to do it if it works best for you. Make sure the edges are tucked in. Again, this is meant to be a tasty recipe, not a pretty recipe. And look, that does look really tasty. Now I have to let you have some of this ASMR. Listen to this. So I should have probably mentioned beforehand that this was in the oven for about 15-20 minutes to bake, and this is what it looks like dished up at the end. I put some broccoli with it, something nice and easy, and it's just stunning. Thank you for watching. This is a really nice, easy recipe to make. Thank you to the National Community Fund again, and come and visit us in Morfa, Fel and St Paul's Family Centre. We'll see you in the next video. Bye!